All right. Just waiting for the pop-up. Hey everyone. Welcome back to CCG. We are in the rematch versus EXE here today. We will see the draft come through already partially done. We are into second phase already. This will be a solo cast by me, and I will also be observing, so please have leniency with me because it will be quite the task to hold. On left side, the first pick was Rel, which is really common. We get the response Ivern and Rengar. Usually that means Rengar goes jungle and Ivern either goes support, mid, or top. Seraphine could go mid or support. And the answer is Kai'Sa Bel'Veth. Kai'Sa is an OP on this patch, and I guess they like Bel'Veth into Rengar, which is fine. I'm trying to keep up. Looks like the Poppy and Ornn were banned away from the top laner here in Topo from CCG. I believe that the Ivern might go to him if I had to make a guess on where things are going. The Alistar is banned out from EXE, which makes a whole lot of sense since obviously that is a staple answer into the rel. Nautilus taken away, probably just a very comfort style pick. So they're not assuming that this is Seraphine support because they just banned 2 supports. They're assuming this is Seraphine ADC or Seraphine mid, which is fairly possible. They were right. It looks like we will get hover on the Taric, moving over to Zillion, moving over to Yuumi. It looks like a double enchanter bot lane, no matter what they want to go for. Hovering over Renata. I don't know if I like Renata here unless it is Seraphine mid. They go with the Thresh, and they lock it in. So Thresh will be locked in here for CCG. A very interesting comp. So you have a very hard carry in Rengar. And then you have double enchanters with Ivern and Seraphine, and you have Thresh, who's like kind of a engage support, where he can reposition you and knock people out and create this like zone with his ult, where like mobility is like reduced because of all the slows. So that can be very challenging. Looks like there will be an Azir. There's no range on the side of CCG right now. Obviously, Seraphine is range, but that hardly counts. She won't be doing enough damage to alone to have considerable range. It will probably be, if I had to guess, probably Seraphine mid, and then Seraphine going Liandry's. So maybe she will do some more damage than I anticipate. Seraphine's pretty decent into Azir as far as laning goes, and both of them are playing for late, so it's fine. We will see Azir Aatrox locked in. I still expect this Ivern to go top. I don't expect it to go mid and Seraphine to go AD. And I don't expect Thresh to go anywhere but support. So I'm assuming an ADC pick here. I think you need I think you just need damage. I think you need something a little longer range. Okay, so I was wrong. It's either it's Ivern and Rumble in the top and mid lane. It could be either or. They can swap it as they like, but it should, I think, be Thresh Seraphine bottom lane. This is wow, that is not what I had anticipated at all. 0% actually, I think. If we can be on draft screen for this instead. It's still probably good to be on draft screen for this part. Either way, we will see. I want to see where they put all these champions because I don't know necessarily where, like, if they want to do an Ivern Rengar bot lane. Is that what they're doing here? I really doubt it because then who's jungling, right? So I do think it will be the Ivern and the Rumble flexed in the top and mid. Either can going either. Rengar in the jungle and Seraphine Thresh bot. I think on the other side, though, you just see way more meta picks. Azir isn't like the most meta thing. Like you want a LeBlanc first and then maybe an Ahri before that too. But it's still viable and probably more meta relevant than either Ivern or Rumble mid. although you can make arguments for those being better in these situations. Aatrox, since we're playing on the most recent patch, Aatrox should be a lot better, but we haven't seen too much yet because the patch is very new. Kai'Sa and Rel have been staples of, just OP champions in the last, 3 or so weeks, maybe month, maybe a little bit more. They really have been just kind of taking over the pro scene and competitive scene as a whole. Looks like we will get the Rumble top and the Ivern mid, which makes sense because I think Rumble probably bullies Aatrox a lot harder than Rumble does, and that's always good to see. We will note the uh, the keystones on the CCG side will be really interesting because I don't think so. As Ivern, are you going summon Airy? Because that would make sense. But Seraphine, is she going support or AP? Because I'd like to know. I'd like to know if she wants to go support or AP. I don't think Rel Kai'Sa can actually bully in this lane, so I actually think that's pretty good. I think scaling, both these teams scale incredibly. I actually don't know. Double enchanters with Rumble Rengar is really a lot harder to play than it is to play like Azir, Aatrox, Kai'Sa, Rel, and Bel'Veth, where you're all going in and just kind of like messing them up. Versus the other side where like you don't really have that much CC. I mean, you have some slows, but I know you're like Ivern and Thresh and Seraphine have CC, but like it's not CC like Rel and Azir have CC. You know what I mean? It's not the same AoE wowness other than Seraphine ult. I think they'll have to play very carefully. Now, I wonder if they can abuse this relationship in the mid jungle between this Ivern and this Renekton with these bushes, obviously, to bully this Azir. I assume this is the point. Azir is not hyper mobile. If he's stopped by an Ivern Q, and Rengar pounces on top of him and then is given a bush to where he can pounce on top of him again, that could be very problematic for this laning phase on this Azir, and denying Azir XP and gold, XP, gold, just any pressure on the map while getting your Rengar ahead, because that is where you'd like to funnel the kills, will be pretty advantageous to the side of CCG. It will be probably the main game plan if I had to pick a horse in this race. I think their bot lane's pretty capable of playing safe into Kai'Sa Rel. You just don't have enough damage to take down a Thresh Seraphine who aren't like playing too aggro. Now I'm fully expecting them to try to dive them, and if that happens, then it gets a little more complicated. And I also think that it is just a harder game to play in general for CCG. You will have to see how they want to take it. I have about 90 seconds left here. If I was to make a quick prediction on who I think would win this game one, unfortunately, for the side of CCG, I just think this comp is a lot harder to play out. So I don't think if they don't get what they want with the Ivern Rengar in the early stages of the game, in the mid lane, I think they will lose. But if they are able to make that happen, I do predict a win. And with that, I think we will head over to break. All right, everybody, we're here in game one. We will be seeing a bit of shuffling around the map here at level 1. We will not get, doesn't look like we'll get anything too risky, just seeing where each other are, marking each other on the map. Doesn't look like we will get any level 1 shenanigans in terms of thresh hooks, in terms of sitting in bushes and waiting for an invade, for a counter invade. We will get assist pings, so it looks like there is a little bit of a roam up here, but might not amount to very much. Looks like CCG will congregate around this Bel'Veth. See if she walks up too far. Detro ready with the hook. He will look for it. and it will land. Ivern does not have the Q, did not level the Q yet. Rengar gets a good chunk. It will delay the Bel'Veth's clear, which is pretty good for the side of CCG. Having that jungle prio up so early into this game, you just hope Dietra doesn't get to lane too late, where he will get bullied. He does end up taking the plant to get over. Topo will get a little bit of a trade here. He still has vision of Ricky, and because of that, he will get a little bit of a chunk there. But for the most part, nothing really happens. We will look at the bot lane. There is a little bit of cheese going on here. And it looks like they know it's up, but they will still get caught. W and oh, the hook lands perfectly onto Pakis. They will trade health bars. It actually looks like it was pretty beneficial for the side of CCG. We'll have to see what they end up going for with this. They've made a few leads for themselves. This Rengar is clear, should be ahead. It's actually not. I don't know why it's not, but it's somehow it's not ahead of this Bel'Veth. I don't know if that's just how their first clear works, but it isn't. Uh, looks like there is a level advantage in the bot lane that they're trying to abuse. Tapo will be getting some more chunks here. It is a counter pick matchup. He did get 5th pick. A little bit of a lag spike. Radar using his early prio and his just Ivern's autos coming out of bushes. It's his passive, gets extra damage. Um, there will be an invade because of all the pressure they have on this mid lane, all the push, and because of how late Bel'Veth started. So this will put the Rengar ahead. That vision Detro put down earlier did a really good job of stopping the back. They don't get a cheater recall. Rengar will pick up the blue buff, and he will look towards the Gromp. Not seeing anything too unordinary. Runes are looking pretty standard from both sides. Arcane Comet makes sense on we will get an engage here. W landed. It will connect. There will be a trade, but God, Rumble is so broken, and we will see a fight here. Bel'Veth doesn't win this. It's early against Rengar. Or unless she does. Wow, that reduced damage. Absolutely killing it on that side. Yeah, we will have to... Boom. That wasn't my fault. That was definitely not my fault. Don't worry about that. That you didn't see that. Anyways, um, we will see. Even though that level that does go over. Oh, there's a top gank already from support level 2 all the way up in top lane. Topo does have flash. He should make it out. He's able to dodge everything. Ignite goes down. Trading flash for rel flash, I believe. That's fine. Using your ignite there didn't end up working out. You almost killed BB Swag, but you did not. The player to watch in this game is probably BB Swag. In the last series that these players played, EXE versus CCG, EXE did come out with a Game 3 victory in which BB Swag was deemed the MVP, so he will be a very important player to look out for in the coming minutes. We will see more trades on top. There are some pings on the spot side I'd like to see. Looks like there's just some idle trades. Looks like CCG is getting like total control of this bot river, and I'd love to see where they're going to take this. They are looking for Ivern Q, will not get it. The E comes through wide. Makel looking with those fancy feet. BB Swag kind of low on health, down in level onto Rengar. So even with that kill, probably does not want to stay there with the amount of pressure that this team had in that enemy jungle. There will be a gank on mid very shortly. You can only assume that it will come to fruition. Looks like Big O does make his way out. There will not be a kill of any kind in that regard. And we will go back to looking at topside. Now, let's look at CS. 10 CS down in the mid lane, and 10 CS up in the top lane, and 10 CS up in the jungle. Now, the issue is the first blood that went over. It was a solo kill, so you don't get the 200 extra gold from the assist, but you still get 400 gold, which is pretty advantageous, and will like catch up for a lot of these CS numbers. Also, obviously getting the buffs is pretty significant. Looks like double Dark Seal on this Ivern and Seraphine. Kind of a risky play, but actually I really respect it. I think these champions have the least likelihood of dying on their team. Hook goes a little wide on Detro. I will stop and note Detro's Thresh is his most played champion, I believe he's kind of not a one trick, but this is the champion I would deem him most comfortable on. If I had to say, uh, Dietra, what does he play? I would say Thresh. This is an extreme comfort pick for him. So getting his carries into the right positions with that lantern should be something I believe he will excel at. Lots of pings going down here from all over the map. It looks like mostly red pings. Um, let's see. We have a little bit of action over in the top side. Looks like Belveth actually was just waiting to see if Rumble would overstep. Rumble did not. Um, Still waiting to see. I believe with the equalizer, it's going to be really hard to kill this Rumble as long as he doesn't super overextend. EV Spike continually stopping his back is actually losing tons of tempo. That should mean the dragon will go over. We will. Oh, there is an actual engage here. Looks like the ultimate will be dropped. Will be the kill, actually. The ignite ticking, ticking, boom. Topo will get the return kill on BB Swag. It is not gold proficient, and you don't have TP, so you still will miss a lot. And because it's a kill with an assist, you get an extra 150 gold. But getting a trade back kill at all for a dragon is really good. And he was CS ahead anyways, so it ends up turning out all right. It doesn't hurt his lane that much. He will actually get a lot out of this. You see, he will first item the Oblivion Orb. I would say that's really bad, but in this particular instance, it's probably not awful. We'll see Kitsuo greed a little bit for this red buff. We'll take the Ignite, take the Emperor's Divide. We'll go down. Mako, though, eating Q, will die as well. He had ult up. He could have just ulted for the shield after an auto, I believe, but that will not be committed here. Let's take a second and look at individual gold. So we do see no, the gold's basically even. I mean, there's about 200 up in the mid lane, about 300 up in the bottom lane. But it's basically even. There's 400 up in the jungle, but most of the gold is just kind of trading gold. It's like, oh, you get some gold here, you get some gold here. It does end up being a 700 gold lead for EXE, but 700 gold, it 700 gold is two longswords. Two longswords does not win you a fight. It does not win you a game. It doesn't win you anything. It makes you marginally stronger. We will see an engage here, though. Tapo doesn't look like he has anywhere to go. Kitsuo and Dietra were held by the enemy support, and they have a numbers disadvantage. Their AD carry is in the bot lane. Azir is coming. They don't have TP up on Rumble. They don't even have TP at all. We will have to see what they attempt to do with it. Oh, wow. Massive engage here from Rel. The Azir is coming in as well. Kitsuo flashes away as the AD carry comes. Trying to survive herself isn't so easy. The Azir will, the Aatrox will walk out. I wonder if Seraphine was able to ult there to keep Aatrox in tower range to see if you could get a kill there. If he takes 2 tower shots and then maybe a Q. Doesn't want to commit that though. Now we're seeing substantial gold. I always say like 700 gold doesn't mean anything. Like 1,000, like 300 doesn't mean that much. But 2.3k, that's getting towards some substantial figures. We will see quite the amount of leads coming out here for the side of EXE. All right, we will see a gank here on the bot side. Kitsuo does come out. The flash ult from the AD carry, it looks like might go down, does not, does. And this bully on this top side, BB has been here, I think 4 times now. And Tapo is probably getting very tired of this. Not having this TP on this Rumble is feeling really bad right now. Missing so much in XP and in gold via CS. Really feeling bad. This Belveth being 3-1 will have her first item. Yes, she's down 20 farm. Does not matter when you are up 2 kills on your laner. So CCG will have to try to CCG will probably have to find a really good scoop and shuffle from Azir will land it radar right into the hands of Rel and BB Swag. At this point, it's just really hard to play out the comp. You're down what's going to be 4k after this crash. Topo is coming in here for um, a flank. I don't know how successful it will be unless Detro can get a miracle hook. And looks like they won't go for it. Looks like Topo will just head back top and then we'll reset to the lanes. Looks like there might be a dive here though. The wave is gone though, so maybe not. We will see. Oh, Seraphine just took a chunk. Rel can tank. There's the flash. There's everything. Rel will go down though. See what else they can get. There will be BB swag there. Little low. The hook goes wide, and I don't think they can chase any further with Azir coming so quickly. I think there might be greeting for this. Detroit does take a little bit of a chunk, but Kitso is here. The ult is popped. We will see uh, a jump onto the 80 carry, onto BB Swag. Another shutdown goes over to Radar. This value out of, oh no, the TP into Detroit going down to the Azir. And Radar, a poor, helpless Ivern into this TP from SCC Ricky on this Aatrox. Topo will get pushed top, but he will not get the kill. He will not get the glory, and his team will all fall around him. This strategy with this double dark seal, it kind of worked out for a while, but it does become problematic when your team is so explosive, when they're dying so much. I mean, for the first half of this 12-minute game so far, the Ivern and Seraphine had not died at all, but now um, it seems like they are dying just as much as any other member on their team, and is becoming very problematic. This comp is a lot harder to play, as I said earlier, than the opponent's composition. So I think that the being down is going to be even harder. You're down just short of 5K. However, when you are down, the most powerful thing you can have, other than scaling, obviously, is these dragons. Dragons are phenomenal when you are down. Topo getting engaged on. We will see. He does have the equalizer if he chooses to use it. He does not actually. He just holds on to it. Does get to safety beneath turret. Looks like Detroit will head to the top lane, see if he can get some engage here into the equalizer. He does have that glacial, so they will be stuck in it for centuries. Ricky, did he DC? Yeah, he DC'd. Um, you can kind of tell when someone DCs. So that's the pause. This is a really rough state for CCG. Now, what I was going to say, um, if there's any resource you want when you're down, you want dragons. You want to stack dragons because they have 2 dragons. It means no matter what, if they play their cards right, the other team has to get at least 4 dragons until they'll have to get at least 4 dragons until the next Elder comes up, which is 25 minutes out. So you've delayed Elder by 24 minutes, and you don't really have to contest dragons until 20 minutes out, because that's their 4th dragon. You can give the first 3, and if they get the 4th one, well, okay, they get the 4th one, but as long as you get if they get the first 3, that's okay. As long as they don't get the soul, that's okay. As long as they don't get the soul, it's okay, because you will be able to just hang on. You've bought yourself a free 20 minutes of time. At the end of the 20 minutes, you will have to fight, but you can scale and just, play your game for 20 minutes of time. Now, really problematic is the CS difference in this mid lane. Not only is the kill difference 1 to 3, which is pretty crazy. If we press X and we look here at the individual goal diff, looks like Ricky will continue on. We'll get flash on Detro, getting the hook onto Pocky. He will go down, Ignite, secures the kill. Topo getting his 2nd of the game. Still 1,000 gold down into his lane opponent because of all those kills, because of all those plates that Ricky has collected. Just this mid lane alone is down over 2,000 gold. This bottom lane is down 1,000. Jungle is down 700. Top is down 1,000. It's looking really hard all over the map. Obviously, support gold doesn't matter at all, unless you're playing an enchanter, which neither of these supports are. Really good flash. Although Daisy actually might have secured a kill here, will not actually. I believe Azir will get out here. Massively, massively impressive. This flash play from WSD Big O will get the flash Emperor's Divide into kill, even with Daisy trying to keep him in tower. He will get out in time, and now he's I mean, that's 2,500 gold. That is massive from this player. Looks like they are prioritizing this top side play. Ricky doesn't have vision, but he is playing it very cautiously. Detro, it looks like will abandon the play. Kitsuo willing to stay there a little longer. Rel making her way up as well with her 80 carry and jungler in hand. The ward will be taken, so CCG will know that she is there. Ivern on the bot side. It is a top side advantage, all 5 members for the head team at this point in time. But if one of them gets picked off, like right here, they just get hooked on. They just get ulted. They get picked apart. The flash goes over. Kitsuo does it. He goes back over the blast cone and he gets out. This shutdown is massive. I don't actually know if it was a shutdown, but we will get the ult mid lane from the 80 carry of or AP carry of CCG. Won't amount to much. The Azir turret goes down. Hook goes onto Pockets though. Will not be rooted by Seraphine and will get out hands scot free. We will see a move towards this Herald by Kitsuo, and we will see if CCG is willing to pick this up. We will see a TP actually by Ivern into this side. The Azir does have TP if wanting to contest, but they might just pick up the spot wave because no one here can pick it up. They might. There will be the Herald actually on the top side, picked up by Kitsuo. We will see that be the case. Looks like maybe a dive, but Ricky actually will respect the dive and will not. Actually, he's walking up, but I think it's still fine. The thing is, Azir probably bot so hard. He caught so many waves. He's up. He's basically doubled the CS of his laner now, and he got that solo turret. This is going to be really difficult. Look at this Azir's gold. He's almost double the gold of his lane opponent. I mean, 3,000 up is just it's like a Looney Tune number. Like I can't even believe that's like a real figure. You look at the items. He's almost done with his second item, and he has an additional Oblivion Orb. Ivern, who has cheaper items, only has a Moonstone. He is not working on his second item at all, and he doesn't have an Oblivion Orb. He has a Dark Seal with 0 stacks. So, not exactly what you want to see if you're a CCG fan. I will say, this Rumble does have a lot of gold in his pocket that he hasn't spent yet, so that he should. Kitsuo burning ult. There will be this teleport use. Looks like they will try to disengage here, but they might have been too far in. Detro, though, coming, will get not the hook, actually, onto the mid laner of EXE, and they will walk away. A lot committed from both sides. Getting the TP out from Big O is good, but you know, obviously using your Rengar, actually, it's probably better for CCG, especially because it buys you more time. They will ping into this rel, but they probably will not commit onto her. That would probably be a little bit of suicide. Kitsuo does go in. I don't know about this. You're using everything on a rel. You're setting yourself up to get scooped. Detro goes down. Now they just need to get the rest of the squad out. Seraphine should not be walking forward. They have to kite this one out. The Kaisa does ult in. It looks like she will. She does get Seraphine in the end. She does go down, though. Does get the double kill. Topo in the middle of it. Still has Equalizer. Never uses the Equalizer. Really questionable. And on the very end, it looks like Ivern showed up just to give down another kill. So we can see that beautiful ace screen from the side of EXE. Wonderfully played by this team. Topo, though, you really have to wonder. He does have this ultimate on off cooldown at that time. Equalizer. This is potentially 1,300 damage on all 5 members of EXE. Is that going to happen? No. But the amount of slow, the amount of peel, the amount of damage that does is absolutely ludicrous. However, EXE will pick up their first drag. It will be an Infernal, so they will get more damage on this extremely high damage team. Kaisa, Belveth, Aatrox, and Azir. And I mean, just look at this gold lead. There is nearly, 8K gold lead. There's over an 8K gold lead actually. Just in the top lane alone. Oh, we might get an engage here onto West Big O. The hook actually buffers really nicely. Looks like Seraphine will be the beneficiary of that. She will pick it up. Radar being dived by this Aatrox might not be able to live. Will actually get out because of how much the slow does affect. Aatrox being very low here will back up. Herald is dropped, so this turret will go down. Actually, Herald won't even be needed there, so they will try to escort the Herald likely to the next turret, so they can actually get some use out of it. The Herald might have been dropped too hastily here. I wonder if it will actually get the drop, or if, unfortunately, it will just be a waste of a Herald. It's looking for the charge, and that is no charge. We see no charge, and we saw nothing, but don't worry about that. No, we saw no charge from the Herald. Won't see anything there because the tower is still full HP, as we see right here. Um, Let us go over to uh, individual gold uh, as for a second. You will see on this Rengar, is not nearly as down um, on this Belveth as you would think. He's only 700 gold down. Um, about 1.5k down in top lane. You're about 3,000 plus gold down in mid lane. About 1,080 and 800. 200 support doesn't matter. That's fake news. But yeah, you are really worried considering all these item completions. Azir with 2 items is so massive. Seraphine is looking to get caught out here. Ricky is very fast. Will not get it though. Seraphine, luckily, this is the shining hope. Does have 2 items. I don't know if I'd say shining hope, but it is a hope. It's a hope that Seraphine will scale. Seraphine scaling extremely well with this Ivern. Will make these carries in Rengar and Rumble really, really strong and hard to kill late game. The issue right now is one, Topo on this Rumble doesn't really have damage. Um, he has, oh, there will be an engage here onto Kitso. Kitso might not find his way out. A massive, nope, not a massive ult, but a first shutdown onto the Equalizer is out. Oh my god, so many things are happening. Emperor's Divide comes in. Radar. Oh my god, Belveth absolutely obliterates. I'm so sorry for anyone who is watching because clearly I can't play by play, but that all happened in like 0.3 seconds. What happened was Seraphine got ult onto one target. It looked like it was going to be more, but movement abilities were used. Ricky went down in the initial burst, but a lot of the damage was used onto Ricky, so he was a sacrificial lamb for his team to come in, get the big Azir sweep. Does commit the flash for that. Then with BB Swag Ultimate, BB Swag was able to clean up, get the basically the triple, I believe, there at the end. I don't actually, yeah, I think it was a triple. Absolutely obliterating the side of CCG, and CCG is in shambles now. They have lost this this early game. They have lost their inhibitor. They're 8k gold down. Um, Still, it must have been a pretty big shutdown they got and an objective bounty to balance out the fact that they just got aced. They've lost stacks on their Dark Seals, although they didn't have that many. They still lost them. Detro is clearing Vision here. They're trying to fight for Vision the best they can in this Baron Pit because, you know, just Azir and this level 14 Azir, which is 3 levels up on this Ivern, and this oh, we do get an engage onto Kitsuo. Kitsuo does get pulled in, will not get anything out, will just die in vain, and that will probably be the Baron. I was going to say Bel'Veth and Azir can probably do Baron alone, but they won't need to because the enemy jungler is caught out, will engage on a target that should not be engaged on. And look how fast this Baron is going to go down. I mean, Azir DPS on this dragon, especially with this Nashor's Tooth, will be absolutely insane. Dieter does get the hook, but it might be of death. Good flash ult from Pockets. The Equalizer does come down. Massive Seraphine ultimate will not do anything, though. Topo actually gets 2 on the backside, combo with his Equalizer. But at the end of the day, it is a 3-4-2, I believe, because Kitsuo obviously wasn't there. Kitsuo probably will not be able to contest this dragon alone, and his Ivern is barely an asset at this point. So, might not even contest it at all. We will have to see if he does run down there. It doesn't look like he will. It looks like they'll just collect the mid wave, give another dragon. And now there is a 10k gold lead, just shy of it. There is massive level leads in almost every lane. One in the jungle. There is a, what is that? One in support, one in AD carry, 2 in mid, and 1 in top. Which individually is not massive, but when you put them all together, it becomes quite substantial, especially when you consider one level is equivalent to about 600 gold worth of stats. So that can be very varying levels of, you know, value out of each level. We will get the if you're CCG right now, you're fighting for vision for your life. You're getting pushed so far back. If we actually look at red side vision, I believe. I mean, look what you see. I mean, your jungle barely. You can't see. You don't have any turrets, and your waves are all pushed in. You don't get any vision off that. Versus this is what blue side sees. They see basically the whole map. They have cover of almost everything. They're fighting here for the second this is tier 2 turret on this side. They're fighting a little bit back just to get poked, but really they don't need anything. And going back to all vision, they are going onto this tier 3 turret in this bottom lane. BB Swag going in, going out. He has the Belveth with the Baron. These little voidlings will cause so much damage to the base of CCG. A hook goes down onto the Azir. Azir's really low. He probably will go down. The charm does get onto him. Massive equalizer picked up the shutdown onto the Belveth from Topo. Topo going onto this Aatrox, but the rest of his team chasing the other side. Mackerel does go and ult the Seraphine. Will get him. Will get the oh my god. Mackerel might take everyone. Oh my god. He goes down finally to the Thresh, but not after having his whole team taking down the enemy team first. Topo does collect the bounty on to the Aatrox, but for such a worth play at the beginning, it is very concerning how it turned out in the end. Tabo having to defend so many waves in his base. Actually, super minions are targeting the Nexus right now. Sorry, the Nexus turrets right now. We are looking at a little bit of a problem. We'll see here. The issue with the gold lead, but we will look how gold distributed after that because there is, I mean, it's about the same. It's about 10k gold down. Um, but we will see on Topo, he's actually the only member on his team who's ahead of any member on the opposing team. Uh, is it by 400 gold, which is really basically nothing? Yes, but technically he's ahead. And Morellonomicon, and then the pen item. He still doesn't have a ton of damage. We will see an engage here onto the Rel. Rel being a little bit alone, but is rather tanky. Gets the ult. Ricky coming in on the side. The redemption is too late. Macro on the backside. He will get so many shutdown. Kitsuo is here alone. Quadra kill from BB Swag. He will look for the Penta. Might not get it, but he is here looking for the flash. Will chase while his team looks for the end. Kitsuo is still running. He's trying to waste as much time as possible. You might think it's lame, but it is the best way to prolong the game so his team can actually win. Pentakills are not given, they are earned. So Kitsuo will still be chased here by BB Swag. We'll ult over to the plant, we'll root him, and we'll get away. It will not be a pentakill here for BB Swag. But uh, regardless of that, Macro will pick up a lot on the top side. He does have that static shiv absolutely obliterating. If they hadn't focused so much on following Kitsuo, they probably would have gotten at least another inhibitor, as well as the turret obviously guarding it. But regardless, they do pick up an inhib. They win another fight. And they push their gold lead even farther. 12k to the advantage at this point. Topo, again, the only one on his team to hold the lead. The rest of his team down significant gold. 3,000 in jungle, 5,000 in mid, 4,000 in AD carry, and support still is irrelevant. But I guess it's not irrelevant at that magnitude when you're down 900 gold. It does actually matter a little bit, right? Because Thresh doesn't have the second item power spike. It looks like he's going Knight's Vow. Looks like there will be maybe an engage onto the Seraphine. She is pulled back. Can't do much. It was looking like she's about to get one shot. Ivern with the shields comes here. Massive charm and equalizer does come out. Redemption does come in. Detro in the middle of the fight. Radar trying to keep his carries alive. Kitsuo is alive. Triple kill for Kitsuo, but probably shouldn't go any further unless he can get onto this Azir. Might be able to, but might be very hard. He's onto Azir. Can he kill him? Yes, he can. BB Swag all alone now in this world. Kitsuo is low, but he's healing so much off these camps, off everything. But BB Swag does get the kill onto onto Kitsuo, And that should be the fight because Radar and Detrio alone have no damage that is worthy of uh, helping out the team. Now, Radar hasn't died in a long time, so he will have significant stacks on his Dark Seal. Additionally, um, there will be the item completion of the Knight's Vow, which I said onto the Thresh, and we will see this third dragon picked up by BB. Now, are they down nearly 12k? Yes. But if I saw anything from that last fight, it's possible if EXE play bad enough and CCG plays good enough that they have the ability to win fights. Because at the end of the day, that was a 3-for-4, right? They lost 3 and they killed 4. So it was worth. The thing is that's a miracle angle. And that's going to be really hard when you can't even really contest Baron, especially when just 2 members can take this. Again, the level leads have closed a little bit, but they're still definitely there. We will see a little bit of an engage onto Radar. He will lose so much health and will have to flash out. Redemption coming down. Kitsuo in the back. Rel getting a massive stun. And BB Swag absolutely taking over this fight. The player to look for yet again. Azir just on the backside doing so much damage. Looks like Macro will get the double kill with his W sniping the support. Looks like there will be a kill onto the AD carry, solidifying the first game as a win for EXE. Now, the first time these players played, it was the opposite result. The first game did go to CCG, so we will have to see how CCG comes back in game 2 after this loss.